You don't just put on the red, white, and blue. You earn it. In the backyard, in the mud, on cold mornings in Footscray where your breath hangs heavy. And so does the expectation. This Guernsey, it's not just fabric, it's a promise. To show up, to scrap, to leave nothing behind. Every time a bloke walks through the tunnel at the Whitten Oval, he feels it. The echo of boots, the weight of names like Johnson, Grant, West, the quiet roar of memories stitched into the seams. And deep down, he knows. This club's colors don't fade easy. See, wearing this Guernsey ain't about flash. It's not for highlight reels or glory boys. It's for those who copped it hard and got back up. For the kid who played in the paddock until dark, dreaming of the day he'd wear the doggies strip. It's for mums and dads in the western suburbs, working double shifts, still making time to paint their fences red, white, and blue. It's for the battlers, the grinders, the believers. And when that first bounce hits, it's not just a game, it's war on behalf of a tribe. So when a young dog pulls on the jumper for the first time, he doesn't just wear it, he feels every bloke who wore it before. And if he listens close, he'll hear it whisper, "Earn it, mate." There were years when the wins didn't come, seasons where hope felt like a punchline. The ladder never looked friendly, and neither did the headlines. But this club, it never played for headlines. The stands weren't full, the lights felt dimmer, but still, the faithful showed up. Every bloody week, rain, wind, loss after loss. They turned up. Because loyalty here isn't about success, it's about belonging. It's the old bloke at the bar wearing a faded scarf from the 70s. It's the young kid getting his Guernsey signed, even after a 10-goal thumping. It's the woman screaming her lungs out in the third quarter, even when we're down by 50. This club has copped hits, on and off the field. They've heard the whispers, merge them, move them, let them die quietly. But Western Bulldogs fans, they don't die quietly. They roar louder. There's a defiance in the West, a fire that doesn't need permission to burn. And when it felt like the footy world forgot them, they reminded everyone who they were. You don't back this club because it's easy. You back it because it's real. Because through the dirt, through the bruises, through the silence, the heart kept beating. Every cheer in the empty seats, every clap after another loss, every tear behind the shades. It was loyalty, raw, unshakable, and it built something no premiership ever could, a tribe that refuses to fold. You can't fake blood, not in this club, not in the West. Here, it's not about stats, it's about scars. It's about the blokes who limped off the paddock and limped back on when the team needed them. There's stories in these walls, of captains who played through broken ribs, of defenders who wore hits like armor, of mids who kept running when their lungs screamed, "Enough." They didn't do it for paychecks, didn't do it for cameras. They did it for each other, for the name on the locker beside theirs, for the jumper their dad once wore, for the streets that raised them tough. Some names you know, legends, warriors. But the real soul of this club, it's in the ones who never made headlines. The blokes who played twos for a decade and still trained like weapons. The volunteers who painted the change rooms, week in, week out. The trainers who iced 100 bruises and never asked for credit. They all bled for the Bulldogs. And if you ask any of them, they'll tell you, "Would do it all again, mate." No hesitation, because what they gave, they got back in pride, in brotherhood. In that sacred moment, standing arm in arm, Guernsey soaked in sweat, and singing the song like it meant everything. This club's built on those people, the ones who didn't need spotlight to shine. They just needed a reason, and the red, white, and blue, that was reason enough. There's something about the West, You can smell it in the air, thick with grit, baked into the bricks of the Whitten Oval. It's not pretty, it's not polished, but it's real, and it won't die easy. This club's been bent, mocked, written off, but it never snapped. Because deep inside, from the paddocks to the terraces, there lives a spirit that refuses to lie down. A kind of footy soul that can't be measured. It's scrappy, it's loud. It's what makes a bloke dive headfirst into a 50-50, even if it means a busted collarbone. It's the belief that any bloody ball is our ball. There were moments, where it felt like the fire would flicker out, where hope hung by a thread. But then you'd hear it, a chant, rough and raw, echoing through the stands. We are the sons of the West, and it would rise. The voice, the pride, the never say die in every Doggies fan. See, you can rebuild a stadium, change coaches, swap boots for newer ones, but you can't replace spirit. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. It's passed down, father to son, mother to daughter, mate to mate, in backyard kicks, in cold mornings, in the knowing nod when you see someone else in red, white, and blue and think, yeah, you get it. Because it's not just about footy, it's about the refusal to be broken, the fight to stand again, the heart that says, we're still here. Ask anyone in the West. Footy isn't a game, it's the thread that stitches people together. In Footscray, you'll see the Guernsey hanging in shop fronts, a kid kicking a Sharon down a cracked footpath, a grandma still yelling at the telly like she's coaching from the bench. This club matters because it's family. When the world spins too fast, when things get hard, you walk into the local, you hear the dogs chant, and for a second, you're home. It's not about cups or banners, it's about knowing where you come from, knowing that someone stood where you stand now, and gave everything for something bigger than themselves. And that matters more today than ever. In a world full of noise and flash, this club is a reminder that grit still counts. That loyalty means something. That heart beats louder than hype. Every new bloke who pulls on that Guernsey, he steps into a story already in motion. He adds to it, and one day, some kid will wear it because he watched that bloke and saw what it meant to be a bulldog. This matters because the Bulldogs ain't just a club. They're a way of life, a belief that it doesn't matter where you start. If you fight hard enough, you belong. The terraces still roar. The community still backs them. The spirit still unbroken. Because deep in the West, that fire still burns.